Ladies and gentlemen, he's not just sitcom royalty, he is also a fierce crusader for the environment. Let's please welcome from Los Angeles, the great Rainn Wilson. And Rainn, we know you are an actor who also cares about the environment, much like someone who I think wants to join in this conversation. You want to come up here? Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. Boss, how you doing? Wherever you want to go, you sit where you want. I'll give you the microphone. It's your show.
Well,
right,
I mean,
over here, then.
no, it's my show, but I mean, I need to know the camera angles.
Look
What's
over
the
there,
matter with
there's
you?
Rainn.
Yeah, exactly.
Rainn, I'm sorry, we didn't work this out. It's his first time on a movie set.
Hey, Rainn, how are you today?
Hello, Governor. How are you?
Terrific, thank you. I mean, everyone was howling about your comedy routine and how funny you are and everything like that. I mean, let me just ask you a non-environmental question. When did you realize that you're funny?
I had to be funny to survive in the suburbs of Seattle because I didn't have any other talents. I wasn't good at sports. I couldn't lift weights. I was not good with the ladies, so funny was the only path for me to take.
Well, I mean, it looks to me like you were very good with the weights. I can see your deltoids popping out and your traps and the striation in your upper pectoral muscle. I mean, what's going on here? Come on.
Oh, I don't know.
Very nice. Look at that double bicep
Just
pose.
waking up out here in Los Angeles.
That's fantastic. But let me ask you something. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I mean, so sexy. It's unbelievable. I mean, I hope I'm not getting carried away here. But anyway, I love it. But let me just ask you a question so we get off that. It's not called abdominals, it's called a cake. So it's not a six-pack, it's a
Rainn
cake.
Wilson, you just got shaded by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
But anyway, Rainn, let me ask you, how did you get interested in the environment? How did that happen?
Well, yes, I'm so glad we're changing the subject here. You know, it really was quite simple. About 6 or 7 years ago, I realized that the only thing I was doing for the environment was sending out angry tweets at climate change deniers. And that's when I knew I needed to really do something. At that same time, I got introduced to Dr. Gail Whiteman, who was with an organization called Arctic Base Camp. And she's a climate communicator. And she said, hey, let's go to Greenland. So we did. I hopped on a plane, I met her in Greenland. We shot a low budget climate documentary called An Idiot's Guide to Climate Change. And where I realized that I could do the most good is in helping climate communication, using humor, using out-of-the-box communication techniques to impart the urgency of the message.
Tell me, what has been your biggest surprise in this whole promotion of the environment? What is it that you think, wait a minute, this doesn't work, or it's just people are doubting what you're saying, or what's the biggest surprise to you?
Well, it's hard to boil it down into one. I mean, my biggest surprise, number one, is that it's not a higher priority for human beings on planet Earth. When you read polls of voters, climate is down at 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and it really needs to be number one. And if you're concerned about the economy, well, then you should be concerned about the climate, because climate is going to have the greatest impact on the economy in the next 5 to 10 years, not in 50 years, like in a very short period of time. It's just a fact. I also have been discouraged by contemporary climate leaders and how they communicate the science, because it's often preaching to the choir. So it's people who love the environment, making beautiful nature documentaries for other people who love the environment and love nature documentaries. How do you reach people whose hearts and minds need to be changed and who need to vote differently and act differently. What are the ways to reach those people? I don't know that we've necessarily cracked it, but I think that's the most important question that anyone working in climate can be asking.
Well, I think that is, you're onto something. I am so happy that you said that the main thing is that you want to communicate better with the public. I think it is a key thing that you get off that word climate, because I think this is where people get confused. When you talk about climate change or climate, they don't really know exactly what you're talking about. But if you say we want to go and terminate pollution, then people will know what you're talking about. So I have seen in California when I was governor that when we ask about climate change, we had 12% in the poll. But when we ask about getting rid of pollution, then all of a sudden the number jumped to 54%. So it just really shows that most people don't know when you say climate, what that means. So I think we do have, what you said, do a better job in communicating. But let me ask you, what is it that you want to see in the future? How do you see the future when it comes to climate change or terminating pollution? What is it that the steps we should do? Can you get more comedians on board? Can you get more entertainers on board? Can you get more people on board? I mean, what is it that your goal is?
Well, with our organization called Climate Base Camp, we're looking at out-of-the-box ways to reach people especially in Middle America, but there may be other parts of the world. And I think the point that you make is excellent. I think another way you could look at it is, and I know that that's what we're doing, is we're terminating pollution. I love it. I'm behind it 1,000%. That sounds fantastic. I talked to a climate change activist, and they said that when they work on climate, what they focus on is clean air, because everyone loves clean air. You can't argue with clean air. But I think what I would like to do is exactly that, is to get the power of speaking science to culture. So harnessing the scientists and harnessing their message through popular entertainment, through comedians, through sketch comics, through actors, but also through sports figures, to make sure that the information that the scientists have is being disseminated in the right way to especially Middle America.
Right. Well, I tell you, you're onto something. I'm so happy that you're part of the movement, because you're a great entertainer. There's millions and millions and millions of people that look up to you. And so I think that if you go and talk about this message about killing pollution, people will listen to it because they love you and they love your show and your comedy and everything like this. So I just want to say, keep up the great work, and thank you very much for being part of our discussion here today. Let's give him a big hand to Rainn.
Wait, boss. Rainn was spectacular.
Thank you.
But boss, I thought you had a question. I thought you had one last question for him.
Go ahead.
Is he going to be here next year? What are we going to ask him?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't want to put the squeeze on him here in front of all the people. See, that's actually very rude.
Please put the squeeze on me.
No, I have to apologize.
I'm so sorry,
for
Rainn. I initiated this.
He told me yesterday, and he told me today, that I should ask you in front of all of these people, and in front of everyone that is watching this, will you come to Vienna next year to the conference?
No pressure.
Listen.
You see where this is going?
I've only been to Vienna once, but I'll be back.
Yes!
Ah, very nice.
Yes!
Yes. You're the man. Thank you very much, Rainn. See you.
Thank you, Governor Schwarzenegger. Thank you for having me.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.